Right then, I've been waiting to show you this for a long time, and trust me, it is worth the wait. Oh yes, ADU7. Right, well, there you go. The big secret is out. I've been wanting to show you guys this for months. But so much work gone into it by Badger5. It's such a cool thing. It does so many things. It wasn't worth just like a cursory, there you go, show you what it does, you know, whatever, 2-minute reveal. I didn't want you to see that that was there. Don't know where I'm going with this because you've seen it now in Alton. Little sneak peek. I think I mentioned it at the very end. Bit of a teaser there because you should have already seen it. Alex, Bill, the guys at Badger5 put so much work into getting this working that, yeah, it's got to have its own video. It's just the most amazing thing ever. I'm going to jump in the car. It's more comfy than crouching here. So, Digidashes. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never really been a fan. I've seen quite a few over the years, back when you used to have like the old LCD 8s and 0s kind of display. The contrast never felt very good. They never showed you exactly what you wanted. You kind of worked with a preset bunch of parameters. It displayed what the company thought you should have, and that was kind of it. You then got the aims. Some of the early aims didn't seem to have great contrast on the screen, and again, you were kind of largely tied to their layouts. And then the ADU came along, and you know what? It is the most mind-blowingly cool thing I've ever seen. So I first saw one of these. Where did I first see one of these? I don't know.
Moments later.
So I first saw an ADU when Jabbersport put one in Nick Goff's TT, and then not long after Paul Hand put one in his TT as well. Now the main difference with those guys is they run a full ECU master package. So they run the EMU black dashboard, they run like the PMU, the keyboard, everything, so it all kind of integrates and works with the dash. Now, EMU Black is a great ECU, but for me, it was always going to be Ignitron because of the connection with Badger5. And at the time, Ignitron didn't have the functionality to work and talk to a dashboard like this. So, Bill and Alex at Badger5 had a chat with Balash, the insanely clever man behind Ignitron, and with a new firmware update called I25, we now have the capability to send custom configurable CAN messages to any dash or display. And the result is this. So you're going to have to bear with me on the lighting here in the garage, but we have one ADU7 mounted. We turn the key on, we get our startup screen. That's just a battery light to say that the engine's not running. Now what's really hard to get across is the contrast of this thing. It absolutely does not show clearly, but it does everything. So you've got your indicator flash, you've got your headlight indicators to show that the lights are on, so it's all fully IVA compliant. We've got a push to pass on the steering wheel button, which lights up something like that, which is extremely cool. So this is just a road going page. From there, we go to the race going page. This is what I run in a race. So we've got our engine management, that's obviously on because the engine's not running, GPS status, fuel level, check this out, fuel level is now in litres. So Alex has actually emptied the tank, refilled it 5 litres at a time to calibrate that. Fuel is now in litres, we can now track and log our exact fuel usage. We've got water temp, oil pressure and boost, and then down here, this is a cool bit, lap timing. So we have got, try and focus that, there you go, there are the colours, that's a bit better. So we've got current lap, doesn't necessarily need to be showing that. Ignore what I've just pressed. So we have got current lap, we've got last lap, predictive, and then your best lap. And the predictive is absolutely incredible as you're driving around. It shows exactly what your current lap is going to end up at if you keep driving it at the same pace as your previous best. Now, all of this works from a little GPS antenna that is mounted up here in the roof scoop you saw recently. However, if the track you are at doesn't have the GPS data mounted, when you come down to our new control panel here, we have a beacon button. So if I zoom into the screen and press that button, start line acquired, finish the lap. It will then track and measure your lap. Every time you cross the start line, it's going to start a new lap. As you can see, it's just the most ridiculously cool bit of kit. Now, all of this was planned back in December when we first fitted the Ignitron, but due to all the kind of in-depth levels of coding and stuff required for the new firmware update, we didn't get that until just before the Brands hatch round. So we decided to run the car on the old clocks for Silverstone and Brands. Straight after Brands, the car has gone back to Badger5, and they have got on with this. Now I tell you, I think Alex fried his brain just getting his head around everything within this to code it. It's not the most simple of things on the back end setup, but now it's in and it's working. It's incredible. It gives me everything I ever need to use, everything I ever want to see, want to do. Everything is on the screen. It's all with pre-configured alarms and everything as well. So I get a telling off every time I over rev it. All sorts of cool things like that. Oil pressure, temperature, fuel pressure, temperature. Everything is kind of hooked up to the dash with a pre-configured alarm that can go off. We can also drive outputs from the dash when those alarms go off, should we want to. Now, I haven't really shown you guys all the new kind of switch gear and updated layout in here either. So I'm just going to flip the camera around and go through a few of them as well. So, over the years, some of you will remember I had an absolute ton of buttons, lights, and all sorts of random stuff down here. Got really messy. With the radio going, we decided to bring everything into the middle. So again, Alex has done this and spent an awful lot of hours on it. Every one of these switches, these are Otto switches from ECU Master. These are on a Deutsch plug connector behind, and every one has got a new function. So, switches. We have map up, map down. So when you come to the dash, flashes the engine management light, gives you the current map number. So we tend to race map 3 is the lowest one, that's 1.2 bar. Map 2 is about 1.6 bar. And map 1, when you select it, that is everything 2 bar, all the power. So we tend to race it on map 2, but then we have this very nicely laser cut button, which falls so much nicer to hand, and the old one used to be kind of in here as a reach. So that, sorry, my mic's there now. So this new button on the plate that we had laser cut falls exactly to hand as you're driving. So you're driving there, there's no real movement of your hand, your grip doesn't change. Straight on the button, push to pass on the dash, lights up the orange lights. So we don't have all these colours changing on the race dash. On the race screen, we just have the orange LEDs. So when you're watching a video from the main camera, which is back here, you can see those LEDs light up when I'm on the push to pass. So the yellow button here, that's a page up, page down. So when I press that, you'll see the dash scrolls through the various different screens. The red button, also new for i25, is a limp mode clear. So if we get a limp mode pop up on an alarm in the dash during the race, I have the option, press this red button, clear it all completely. Orange, very noisy, gearbox transmission pump, cooler. Blue, again another noisy one. That's the brake vacuum pump. Now that is wired adversely, as you can see. The LED is on when the pump is off. So I know if the pump fails, the LED comes on. I know I'm not going to have any brakes. Finally, that one was a beacon drop that I've already showed you. So that's the road going screen, and the home screen kind of showed you. We go through here. This is currently just a diagnostic screen. It's fairly basic, but this is every current sensor and stuff connected to the dash, all the essentials I might need to know. I can look at what value they're giving me at any time and see if a sensor drops out. We press the page button again, and there we go. That's a full session review. So if I do a long race, that gives me a review of every lap of the race, and the best lap on there is shown in yellow, so you can easily pick it out. Another extremely cool thing Alex has done is put both the ECU and the dashboard logging facilities onto a panel mounted USB here. So the top female USB is for the ECU connection, and the bottom is for a tiny little cruiser USB stick, and everything that is logged on the dash goes instantly onto the USB stick, so I can pull it out, end of the race, straight into the laptop, and I've got everything from GPS, engine data, all the ECU data, dashboard parameters, absolutely everything saved on a stick every time the car runs. So there you go, that is the new setup explained. It's hard to explain the confidence and kind of the extra security this all gives you. It's all very well saying, oh, pretty dashboard, does it make the car faster? It gives you more kind of mental capacity left to drive the car. I'm not looking at 10 different gauges as I'm going around wondering if things are okay. The ECU is taking care of everything, it's keeping it in check. The dashboard is logging everything I do, every throttle and brake input I make. It's logging every speed, every apex, every maximum speed. It's logging every parameter on the engine that's going to throw an alarm if there's anything that goes wrong. All I've got to do is just drive the car. And you know what? It really does make a big difference. Predictive lap time as well. Predictive lap time is very cool. You can experiment with different lines. You can show a delta that goes up and down as you're going around a session. So if you do a line and you cock it up and it's going to be slower, you know when to abort a lap. If you think you're on a good lap, the predictive will actually tell you if you are or not. You know what you're aiming for. You'll see what the predictive thinks you're going to end up at. And you know what? If you fluffed it, back off. Find a gap in the traffic. It actually helps you in quali, helps you set better lap times. So yeah, you can probably tell I am more than blown away by the dashboard. Blown away by the amount of work Alex in particular has done to get all this up and running. Cannot thank you enough, mate. Badger5 as a whole, the help you guys have given me this year has been ridiculous. If you're on a 1.8T, if you're on Ignitron, if you've always wanted a digital dashboard, now's your chance. Give the lads a call, get yourself an ADU7. You will not regret it. Also, the clarity is unbelievable. Nothing I can film on here will pick up quite how sharp, quite how clear it is. That was almost my biggest reservation with the Dash in the past. When I first saw an ADU7, I knew that was the way to go. So there we go, that's it from me. Videos are going to be coming back. I've got 6 or 7 filmed and lined up, but every single one of them you can see the dashboard in the background, so I didn't want to share it with you until I'd properly shown you and revealed what we've done. So videos are coming back. We're going to be weekly from now on. We've got plenty of track day content, plenty of race content to share with you. It's all pretty exciting. I still haven't shown you this properly. Keep that out of shot. And you know what? I've never even properly shown anyone the new rear wing, which is also pretty ridiculous. You want to see a video on this? Do you want to know more about it? Drop a comment down below. Let me know. So that's it from me. We are back. The car is back. The car is better than ever. TPR is going to be back on your screens weekly. Let us know if there's anything you want to see. Let us know. Do you want more random content out and about on the road? Do you want more race content, more garage vlogs? Let us know. We're going to try and catch up. We're going to try and catch up. We're going to try and hit the ground running, get a few more videos on the go. Heading into summer, it's time to go and enjoy ourselves. Right, that's it from me. Really nice to be back with you guys. Nice to get back behind the camera. I hope you guys will like this one. Please check out Badger5 and all the insane stuff that they can do, especially with this kind of stuff. Alex is an absolute wiring genius these days. Have fun, take care, like, share, subscribe, all the usual. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.